So I'm going to start to just help us settle in with a little song that comes from the Thich Nhat Hanh tradition. Thich Nhat Hanh is a Zen monk that some of you may be familiar with. So you can just close your eyes if that's comfortable to you and just settle in. It's a very short song. I'll just sing it through 3 times. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, no longer in a hurry. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, no longer in a hurry. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, no longer in a hurry. You can just keep your eyes closed if that's comfortable for you, and let's join all of our voices together in the vibration of Om, which is said to represent the vibration of the whole universe. And the Om is often written O-M or O-H-M and said Om, and really technically it is a 3-part, so 3 parts to it. A-U-M is the more accurate spelling. So it has an ah, an oo, and an to it. So don't get tripped up with that, but I just want to let you know if mine sounds a little different. So let's join our voices together in 3 Oms. So just exhaling first, a little more air out of the lungs than usual, so you can just allow for a nice deep inhale. Wonderful. Okay, you can gently allow your eyes to come open for a bit when you're ready. Again, I want to say welcome and thank you for being here to share some healing vibrations together in a meditative way. For some of you being a little new to sound healing, I'll just introduce some of that myself and what I do. So my name is Andrea Wenger. I'm fairly new to the Portland area, and I came from Maryland, from the Baltimore area. I've been doing sound healing work for about 10 years, almost 10 years. Before that, as a holistic wellness practitioner, doing nutrition coaching and energy work. And as I was introduced to sound and the singing bowls in particular, it was one of those magnets for me that just organically unfolded and had to be a part of my work, and then eventually felt like this is the focus. Because for me, I was in a process. It was all my own healing journey of really coming into alignment with my purpose in life. And you know, I loved to sing when I was little and so on, and there was just a moment in a group with other people where people kind of called me to the music and the singing, that there's something important there, because it had fallen away from me. And so it was just a beautiful, I feel like it's a huge gift to be able to be using my voice and music in a healing way in the work that I do. And I love doing group things because it's just wonderful to come together in community and share together and sometimes join our voices together. When I do longer workshops, I usually do a toning practice of the chakras, which is a really powerful thing to do. It's like the Oms, but you know, the next level. But we won't do that tonight. Tonight I want to just introduce you a little bit to the little bit of the principles involved. And with sound healing, I was saying the group environment, I love doing group events and workshops and so on. And I also work with individuals. And all the focus and the intention and the vibration is focused on you and your particular concerns and what you're dealing with. Sound healing, the short version of how to explain it is, or how it works, is sound plus healing plus intention equals healing. So sound plus intention equals healing. So the intention that we have rides on the vibration waves of the sound, and sound penetrates more deeply than anything. And so it really can go deeply within the body, mind, spirit. It's all one whole, and helps to loosen up and even release what we're ready to release in terms of the stuff that we hold, that our bodies hold on to. Old trauma, thoughts and beliefs that aren't serving us and holding us back in some way. All the hurt, all the negative stuff that our bodies hang on to, and eventually leads to dis-ease in the body. It is actually present at the spiritual level before it manifests in the physical. And so the sound is helping to release those blocks, so that the natural energy flow of the body can move freely. The body inherently knows how to heal and how to, our natural state is a state of vibrancy and complete health and well-being. And when the blocks that get in the way are released, we're able to taste more of that, of how we really can feel. A lot of us don't really realize how good we can feel, right? So, let's see, what was another piece I was going to say there? So the intention rides on the sound, and sound is an ancient technique. It's kind of having a resurgence in modern day as our science is kind of starting to understand the power of it. But all the ancient cultures around the world have used sound. From, if you think of like the medicine man and the shaman, they're always using the rattles and the drums and different things, sound and their voices, to promote healing. It's been the first line of treatment in many, many cultures when it comes to healing. So it's an ancient approach. And I'm going to use a variety of things tonight. I will start out with rattle and drum, and eventually there's some bells I'll mix in too. And how many of you have not experienced a crystal singing bowl? Anyone? Everybody has, okay. So you know that they are pretty powerful, and the vibration can really move through you in a deep way. If it does stir up any, emotions or anything, just breathe into it. If you need to open your eyes or do whatever you need to do, that's fine. I don't typically have people having issues, but it can get to some of the stuff that's beneath our conscious mind. And there's an entrainment process that's happening that affects the brain waves and brings us into a deeper meditative, semi-trance-like state. And that is where, we're kind of getting past the limits of our mind, where spontaneous healing can actually happen. So, if this is all new or sounds a little woo-woo, just set that all aside. There's nothing you have to believe. Just let this be an experience for you. And I always completely trust that what you need and what you're here for, you will receive. And it's nothing that I do will, make something happen within you that you're not ready for. I'm not focusing on, trying to make anything happen. That's not at all. That's kind of the mindset of our Western culture, right? It's like with healing, we're trying to make something happen. We're trying to get somewhere. And really true healing is more of an undoing and unlearning process. Again, like I was saying, it's releasing some of that stuff, all the masks and the protective things that we build up around to protect ourselves. I mean, it's just natural survival mechanisms. And over the course of our lifetimes, we start to realize, oh, I don't really need to be living with that anymore, and I'll be freer and more healthy and more whole without it. And really, it's that wholeness that is at the core of who we are. It's there. It's just we uncover it through the healing process. Many times an onion is a metaphor that's often used, like there's always another layer of the onion to peel off to really get to that true essence of who we are at our core. Okay. So I think we'll move right into doing some of the sound. Does anybody have any questions or comments at this point? If you want to get comfortable on the floor, go for it. If you want to get a cushion for under your knees, if you think your low back might begin to bother you. As we experienced, I think it was during the Om, there was a siren going by. So, of course, there's going to be sounds happening that are out of our control. And I invite you to just let it be, as a meditation, an opportunity to notice if any judgment or resistance comes up, and just let that go. Just let it be another form of vibration moving through. Okay? And if somebody can reach the light, we could just turn that down slightly. I'm afraid my cord won't reach all the way. That's great. Yeah, as long as it's not in your eyes. Yeah. And I'm going to, here in the beginning, just be doing a little bit of talking, introducing you to a few things, and eventually, once I move to the bowls, it'll be a deeper time. And I allow periods of silence in between, because that allows for the integration of the work. It's like the yin to the yang of the sound. The two complement each other. So there will be some periods of silence. Just allow yourself to notice, you might notice things moving in your body. Everybody has a very different experience. So just be open, noticing without judgment. And let's start by just bringing our awareness to our breath. Noticing how you're feeling in your body. The quality of your mind in this moment. And your heart. And if you do have any particular intention for yourself this evening, you can bring that to mind right now. And then let it go, not needing to make anything happen, just letting that go. And if you're willing to join me in a group intention of just being open, as I facilitate the sound, my intention is to be a clear channel of the energies and the frequencies coming through that would support and serve the highest good of each one here, and the unfolding of our divine purpose in this lifetime. So I'm going to start with the rattle, which is a little bit more of a complex sound, which means it's really good for breaking up stuck energy. So again, if you're noticing it being a little intense, just breathe into it. Next, I'll be doing a gentle beat on the drum called the heartbeat. Just need to give it a little more water here to get the right tone. And after the drum, I think I'll just move without more speaking into, there will be a song, and then I'll move to the bowls and bells and so on. And then I'll bring you back, just allowing yourself to go as deeply as you want to go. And I'll bring you back at the end. I can rest, I can trust, let it go, there is enough. I can rest, I can trust, let it go, there is enough. The dark womb gives birth to life, and darkest night comes just before the dawn. The dark womb gives birth to life, and darkest night comes just before the dawn. I can rest, I can trust, let it go, there is enough. I can rest, I can trust, let it go, there is enough. After night the sun will rise, from the winter the spring will come. After night the sun will rise, from the winter the spring will come. I can rest, I can trust, let it go, there is enough. I can rest, I can trust, let it go, there is enough. Let it go, there is enough. Let it go, there is enough. So gently bringing your attention to your breath if it's wandered elsewhere. Just beginning to come back and connect with your body, in contact with the chair, the floor, or the mat. And feeling that support beneath you. Ever so gently and slowly, when you're ready, beginning to move and stretch. I'm going to actually sing the second verse, so to speak, of the opening song. I'll just, again, 3 times through, and perhaps by the 3rd time through, if you can find your way to a seated position. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Somewhere to go, something to do, and I don't need to hurry. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Somewhere to go, something to do, and I don't need to hurry. Happiness is here and now. I have dropped my worries. Somewhere to go, something to do, and I don't need to hurry. So as we slowly come back, gently kind of easing ourselves back into the left brain a little bit, because this work definitely takes us into the right brain. Just pause for a moment and see if there's what you notice, first of all, in your body, perhaps in the quality of your mind and or your heart. Maybe what you noticed while the sound was happening, or what you notice now in comparison to when you walked in. When you checked in at the beginning. Maybe there's even a word that will bubble up to kind of point to your experience. This kind of thing is a little hard to put into words a lot of times. But just helping to ground the experience a little bit, just seeing if there might be a word or a phrase that comes to mind. We'll take just a few moments. If anybody wants to share, you can think about that. I do want to encourage you to drink some extra water, right away and or through the evening. And also be careful if you choose to drink alcohol that you may be more sensitive to it. So 1 drink could feel like 2, so just be aware of that. Who needs alcohol after this, right? You all look a little blissed out, but anybody have anything they want to share about what you noticed or any questions?
I don't know what it was you were doing, but the room is small and also huge.
The room felt huge.
Yes,
Interesting.
I wasn't here anymore. Just
yeah.
You have a beautiful voice too.
Yeah, well, thank you.
One time I started to get teary up before I talked.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's the good thing about this, is that it can really help move some of the emotions that are stuck. So, yeah.
That's nice.
Great. Yeah, it's interesting how our perceptions can really become not so limited, I guess. I was going to say distorted, but that doesn't feel quite right, because perhaps what we usually perceive is more of a distortion of the real truth. Yeah. Anybody else have any questions or anything you want to speak to?
Yeah, the word I'm looking for in French, but not in English. Can you help me? Envoûtant? Envoûtant, do you know this word? Ça veut dire in your time? it's almost like, yeah, the music, I mean, what happened to control it. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Some kind of little bit of magical. Like, I mean, it was very interesting. Very nice place. And I felt like Marina, I felt you were very, very far at some point.
Interesting. Yeah.
And one of the sounds maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you use both of them?
I did, yeah. I started with the big one. Both times that I started from silence, I started with the big one. And towards the beginning, I added this one in as well. So both were going at some point. Maybe that's when things got far. I don't know. Who knows? Everybody's perceptions are different. So.
Is one of them louder than the other?
Louder?
Yeah.
This one has. So, and because it's bigger, I think it could get a little bit louder. It has to do with how hard you press and how fast there's control that I have with it. So that one's, whereas this one is a higher pitch, but it can also get very loud. So, yeah.
It's really sensitive to loud, but
it didn't bother you. Good, yeah.
Was it that loud while we were lying down?
Not quite that loud, I don't think. It's such a small room and very acoustically alive, so I wasn't playing. I didn't need to play them very loud at all for it to really. Yeah. Right. Just gone. Yeah, and sometimes people do feel a little get a headache or feel a little irritated by them. It was really interesting. I was doing this in Baltimore, every month at one location, and a woman kept coming back. And it wasn't until she came to another workshop of mine that she told me that the bowls to her are actually kind of grating. They're actually not a pleasant feeling. And I was like, and you keep going back. She's like, yeah, because I know they're working on something. I know they're doing a good thing, So sometimes people do, most people feel really lovely and relaxed with them, but sometimes there's kind of something there. But yeah, it's probably just working something loose that is ready to go. So
I felt like your voice was magical.
Yeah.
And then when you would start to sing, it would shift me deeper. When you'd stop, like I'd come a little bit back. It was crazy. It's true. It was like, what a blessing you have.
Well, I'm so grateful to share it. Yeah. So thank you all for joining me. Yeah. Outside there, I have CDs, and there's a mailing list if you want to, get newsletters about what I have going on. And there's also flyers for an upcoming workshop I'm doing with a wonderful soul colleague of mine is coming to visit, and we're doing a workshop together. It's focused on our relationship with time, and I don't know about you, but that struggle with just never feeling there's enough time, and really finding flow with that. So she's going to be doing guided meditation. She's very gifted with doing guided meditations and kind of facilitating that, and then I'll be using the sound to support the experience. So it's a workshop to that effect. So if that interests you, there's flyers out there and cards, and just feel free to reach out to me. Actually, I would also sometimes pay attention to how you feel with sleep tonight. Give your body whatever it feels like it needs. Sometimes people feel very energized after this kind of experience. Some people end up like, I just got to go to bed, and they sleep for 12 hours. So you might not be able to do that, but give your body what feels best, because again, the integration will continue to happen over the next hours, maybe even days. And feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to hear, if you have any other particular experiences that show up. I'd be happy to hear about it, or any questions that come up. So, okay. Great. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and your weekend.
Where would the workshop be?
The workshop is going to be on Brighton Avenue at a new wellness center called Rosemont Wellness Center. It's right near the Rosemont Bakery, just like a block.
What is it?
The Rosemont Bakery on Brighton Avenue.
Oh,
do you know where that is?
okay.
Yeah, it's like a block from there.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks a lot.
You're so welcome. Yeah.